It's 3 in the morning. You're exhausted, but your mind is wide awake, replaying a single minor interaction from 12 hours ago, over and over again. We often treat this endless looping as a personal glitch or a sign of mental weakness. It feels like a bad habit that we should be able to just quit. In reality, the brain is a perfectly designed survival mechanism running in overdrive. Stopping the spin requires mapping the mind like a mechanical feedback loop. By identifying the exact components of that loop, we can find the points where the system can be interrupted. This cycle relies on ancient hardware. Understanding how those gears turn makes it possible to physically unplug the machine. Thousands of years ago, human survival depended on hypervigilance against physical predators. Today, that same hardware scans for abstract threats, like a misunderstood text or a fear of failure, and reacts as if they are life-threatening. This brain schematic shows what happens when your mind isn't focused on an active task. A specific region, lighting up here, takes over. This is the default mode network, or DMN. It is your brain's baseline idling engine. Because its foundational programming is to scan for danger, an idling DMN naturally drifts toward negative, repetitive scenarios. It grabs on to a single worry and loops it, searching for a vulnerability. The scan demands answers to avoid future mistakes. It spins out into endless what-if scenarios, attempting to predict every possible angle of a situation that hasn't even happened yet. When left idle, your brain's natural resting state is to manufacture worst-case scenarios in the interest of safety. The brain experiences uncertainty as a dangerous vacuum that must be filled immediately. To regain a sense of control, the mind tries to predict every possible outcome, even the most unlikely ones. Attempting to solve these unanswerable questions generates intense stress. The brain interprets that stress as a signal of real danger, which prompts it to generate even more scenarios to protect you. Calculating the unknown creates a self-feeding, escalating spiral of anxiety rather than a solution. If this process is so exhausting, why is it so difficult to simply snap out of it? The brain wrongly interprets the act of endlessly chewing on a problem as productive labor. This flowchart illustrates the chemical trap. Anxiety triggers mental analysis. Because analysis feels like work, the brain drops a small dopamine reward. This chemical hit encourages you to keep worrying, looping you right back to the start. We stay trapped because our neurochemistry rewards us for the illusion of problem solving. Breaking the loop requires a change in strategy. You cannot outthink an overthinking brain. You must outact it. Impose a hard limit on the engine. Give yourself 10 to 15 minutes of dedicated thinking time. When the timer hits 0, analysis must stop. Removing the system's core accelerant means abandoning the need to predict the future and accepting that some variables remain unknown. Writing thoughts down physically moves data out of the DMN's internal memory and onto paper, reducing the mental load. Immediate physical actions like walking or exercise force the brain into the present. This breaks the dopamine-fueled illusion of productivity by grounding the mind. By viewing the mind as an overprotective piece of survival hardware, you gain the mechanical tools to shut the loop